Hi, my name is Justin Loria, and today I'm going to teach you how to do a mini ramp skateboarding trick called a frontside rock and roll. The frontside rock and roll is considered the slightly more difficult variation of the rock and roll, and involves rocking your front wheels over the top of the obstacle, pivoting frontside on your back wheels 180 degrees, and then rolling back down in your normal stance. Before you get started, I would recommend spending some time learning how to do the rock to fakie if you haven't already. A good way to warm up before you start trying the frontside rock and roll would be to do a few frontside kick turns, making sure you ride straight up the ramp and then straight back down. As you do this, focus on turning your head and shoulders in a frontside rotation as far as you can before you lift up your front wheels to make the 180-degree pivot with your board. Once you're feeling comfortable with both of those maneuvers, you can start trying the first practice step. Start out by riding slowly up the ramp at a slight frontside angle, and as you reach your highest point, lift up your front wheels and tap them on the ramp before pivoting frontside and riding back down. As you get better at this, increase your approach speed until you're able to tap your front truck off the coping before executing your frontside kick turn. At this point, you should be about ready to start trying frontside rock and rolls. My recommendation on foot placement for this trick is to have your feet in a normal riding position with your back foot on the tail and your front foot over or slightly behind your front wheels, with your front foot positioned slightly farther toe side than usual. This allows the toes on your front foot to curl around the side of the board and really help pull it around with you as you turn frontside during the maneuver. Okay, so the first thing I want you to practice is just getting into the rock position with your head and shoulders twisted frontside as far as you can, and then bailing out of the trick safely by taking your back foot off first and walking down the quarter pipe. As you continue learning the trick, you can use this technique when things don't feel quite right to safely exit the maneuver and start over again. Now it's time to try the full maneuver. Again, ride up the ramp and place your front wheels over the coping like before, and turn your head and shoulders as far as you can in a frontside rotation. Make sure to keep the majority of your weight low and on the inside of the ramp. Once your upward momentum comes to a stop and you start to fall back down again, lift up your front wheels by simultaneously pressing down on the tail with your back foot and raising your front leg, and rotate the board around so that it aligns itself with your shoulders. Once your board is pivoted 180 degrees, set your front wheels down on the ramp, bend your knees, and ride back down the quarter pipe. If you find yourself having a lot of trouble with this last step, it may be because you're not able to commit to twisting your head and shoulders around enough before you start your pivot. To do this properly, you have to intentionally look away from the bottom of the ramp and contort your body in an unnatural way, which can be fairly challenging to do the first few times. Fortunately, there's an easy way you can teach yourself to get into that position. The move you'll want to practice looks like this. Ride fakie up the ramp, and as your back wheel's near the coping, rotate your shoulders slightly backside and then pivot your board around your back wheels so that your front wheels land above the coping, just as if you're doing a half cab rock. This time, however, try to keep your front shoulder facing the bottom of the ramp as much as you can. Then do your best to reverse that motion to bring your front wheels back down so you can ride down the quarter pipe in your normal stance. Once you get pretty good at doing that maneuver, go back to practicing your frontside rock and rolls and focus on replicating the same positioning as you rock your front wheels over the coping, and soon you should be able to pivot the board all the way around to get your front wheels back down on the ramp. If you need any further explanation, please don't hesitate to ask in the comment section below. Subscribe and like the video if you learned something, and remember to have fun.